Attention everyone, the second round of the KC Cup is about to begin. Both duelists enter. What? This is a warning, you have a forbidden card in your deck. If you don't take that card out of your deck, I'm not letting you duel. Shoot. So, the rules have actually changed this week, and we actually can't use Monster Reborn, which is pretty disappointing. Let's see if there's anything else that we can't use, just Monster Reborn. So let's go ahead and, what is it? This? Yeah. Press that to get rid of it. And we also can't use United Withstand and Mage Power. Cool! Those are just the cards that I really needed to use. Let's go ahead and see if we can go over to... how do I even... Oh, lordy lord. Edit. And can I just navigate over to the... There we go. I just want to navigate over to the trunk. Is what I really want to do. There we go, all cards. And then if I could just sort these in some way, that would be great. Nope. Sort, yes, but I can't do it by restricted, huh? Well, that's kind of stupid. Let's go, I guess, take a look at these spells really quickly. Could do Legendary Sword, because I do have a bunch of warriors, but considering what was just removed from our deck, it means that possibly other cards can be added, but I already have a Dark Hole in the deck. I just want to see if there's any other sort of forbidden cards that I can maybe add, but doesn't really look like much. I could add Card Destruction, but I don't really like that all that much. Can't use Change of Heart either. Can't use Upstrap Gone. We can't use Confiscate. Nope. Can't use Snatch and Steal. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and add a copy of Snatch and Steal. Can't use Forceful Sentry. Can use Nobleman Crossout for now. Can't use Limiter Remover. And can't use our power-up spells there. I guess I can add an extra copy of A-Forces to help boost us up. There we go. Alright, that's going to be our deck. Now we can actually see our opponent here. Your skills stink more than a skunk. Let's take on Weevil Underwood here. This is going to be the second round of the KC Cup in, I don't want to go first, in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials to Glory. That's the name of the game. Alright. Let's see if we can draw something useful here. We got Dimensional Warrior. We don't actually... Oh, we do have a Grimaro Sword Oath, so we can slap that down right now. But let's actually set this and then just end our turn here. Maybe if he doesn't attack, I'll use it. But if he attacks, this monster gets removed, which is great because it's actually Sangan. So he's going to take 200 points of damage here. Or actually, no, they have the same... Oh, I thought... Doesn't he have 12 and 12? No, he has 12 and 1,000. Okay, well, what do you know? We're going to get the beautiful Headhuntress here. And I guess we might as well use it here. Let's go ahead and use Gamera Sword Oath and get blocked by Magic Jammer. Alright, that is unfortunate. So instead, we're going to throw out Getsufuma here, who has a 1700 attack, and she's going to get hit with Torrential Tribute. Cool. So then we're just going to throw out the A-Forces, because fuck you, and then end our turn. So yeah, last time I was talking about how I haven't really been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. I used to play Duel Links pretty much religiously. And instead what I've been doing is I've been playing Vanguard, Cardfight Vanguard, or Vanguard Zero on mobile, and it's basically scratching that dueling itch that I need from time to time. Needleworm. Oh no, we're going to lose the top 5 cards of our deck, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I don't know, Duel Links just became really stagnant for me. I think it was just a combination of me really not wanting to play ranked as much, and then also them not really releasing any content that interested me. And then finally the third part being that I've just been playing Duel Links for such a long time. It's only sort of natural and healthy for me to take a break. You know, there used to be a lot of people before that would like complain that Duel Links was getting boring for them and this and that, but you know, you don't have to play it every single day. Like, I know I was saying that I am playing it every single day, but I didn't have to, you know. It's perfectly healthy to just stop playing a game. You don't have to play non-stop, you know. Gonna hit us with the trap hole here, which is pretty obnoxious. I could use the Snatch and Steal to steal his monster and then attack him directly, but let's see if we can get something else. So I think it's a pretty healthy thing to just take a break from it. You don't have to exhaust yourself so much. It's a pretty somewhat demanding game, at least it was for me, because I always got into this mindset of I have to get all the cards. If they release an event, I have to get all 3 of the whatever monster or whatever card they're giving away. I have to get all 3 copies of all the ultra rares and all this stuff. I gotta get it, and I gotta get the title for the reward. Is he just really just playing like a flip deck? Like, what the hell? He has 2 copies of Needleworm, a Man-Eater Bug, and now a Penguin Soldier. Do you have any actual insects to summon in attack mode or do anything, my guy? Because I don't think you do. But yeah, that mindset just got really exhausting. It was okay at start, where some of them were like pretty cool rewards, and I, you know, felt that like, okay, yeah, maybe someday I can build a niche little deck with this, have some fun with this. But then after a point, I just got to where these cards where they're like super specific. They only work with, they're just a small, tiny piece of this other archetype. And, you know, there wasn't really too much that I can do with the cards and whatnot. So when that happened, I just didn't know what to do anymore. Like, what was my purpose for even playing Duel Links? Just to have a bunch of cards, you know? Because I wasn't even playing ranked. I wasn't enjoying the events. There was really nothing for the game that was appealing to me at that point. So I just decided to take a healthy break. I will probably come back once one of 2 things happened. One, when they inevitably reveal the Zexal World expansion, which is probably going to happen in September. So a few months from now, they're probably going to release that, which I'm okay with. Oof, he's going to pay half his life points in order to attack G.R. Grumble into Dimensional Warrior to inflict a measly 600 damage to me and then lose his monster. Cool. Good job. But when they do that, I will probably jump onto the game, have a lot of fun with that. Because, you know, they'll have new missions, so I can get new gems, and I'll have a bunch of new characters, presumably. They'll give us at least 4 or 5 to start off with, which will then allow me to, you know, unlock them and get the gems from leveling them up, which will actually let me get cards and whatnot. They'll release a bunch of new cards, and they have like sort of the event where they just start giving you a bunch of tickets and stuff to celebrate the world and all that kind of good stuff. You know, for that I'll come back. If they do that, or if they release my favorite card, Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, if they do that, then I'll come back to the game. Was that swords? Okay, he threw out swords first turn. Could go for the dark hole, but that doesn't seem worth it. So we're actually going to... let's pass here, and next turn... okay, I was going to say, depending on what you use, I'll actually use Dark Hole or the Fiend Mega Cyber, but he is probably just playing a bunch of flip cards from what we learned last time. Oh, we really gotta discard already? Okay, well, we can discard Protector of the Throne, I guess. Okay, at least this way I can just get rid of all of his monsters. Let's go ahead and slap down the A forces here. and then end our turn as we counterattack. Anyways, because of the swords are really light, hopefully it throws down a 4th monster like an asshole in face down defense position. And then I'm just going to hit him with the big ol' fuck you. Unless he hits me with a magic jammer, that would have really sucked. It's going to destroy every single one of his monsters as I throw my own. And hopefully don't get hit. Trap hole, that's fun. But yeah, once I do that, I'll probably come back to Duel Links for a little bit and play it again. But other than that, I don't know if I'll be able to actually play Duel Links. They did release recently, at this point in time, they released Dark Side Dimensions version of Taya, and she looks really cute, and I really want to get her, and some of the new cards they've released seem kind of interesting, but I don't want to spend so much time on trying to catch up again on Duel Links just to get stuck in that rut again of trying to constantly try and play it to get all the events and stuff, while at the same time also playing Vanguard, for which I'm having a really good time with playing that, to be honest. I've actually invested in the ranked mode for that, which, you know, already speaks volumes for my interest for Duel Links, really. I just enjoy the ranked mode for that game a lot better, and I guess I enjoy the competitive aspect a lot better right now, because one of the things I really liked about Duel Links early on was that it was Yu-Gi-Oh! That I loved and enjoyed, but didn't have all the stuff that I hated about Yu-Gi-Oh! So it was, you know, still pretty, like, early on, it was basically how this, you know, all these games have been, that I've been playing on the channel, where they're just early Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. So that was pretty interesting, but then they added the wrinkle where it was, you know, only 3 spell and trap zones and monster zones, and no main phase 2, all these little things. So it was kind of like something I was familiar with, but also had a new spin on it, which was amazing, right? So you got me with the nostalgia, but then you also got me with something new, which is cool. And then they started releasing new cards, and then they had, you know, they introduced skills, or, I mean, they had skills from the start, but they became more prominent, you know, certain skills that allowed certain cards to be used. Before, all these other cards were just being complete and other garbage. But now, thanks to Duel Links, they're actually really playable, which, you know, because of all that, I really enjoyed Duel Links. For example, when they released the Synchro expansion, 5D's World, I was pretty scared because I figured, oh no, we're going to get a bunch of Synchros right away, and it's basically just going to be normal Yu-Gi-Oh! At that point, right? It's going to be not really a big difference, but no, it was actually, they rolled out these Synchro cards pretty delicately. They didn't throw everything out immediately, and they basically had this sort of new meta where, you know, everyone's trying to figure out how to do synchros with only 3 spell and trap zones, and the you know, specific synchro monsters that they gave us and all that kind of jazz. So it was really cool. But, you know, after some time, especially after they decided not to release the Zexal expansion, things got kind of stale and started sort of matching up with regular Yu-Gi-Oh! More or less, because it was kind of sort of like divergent paths, where it was like the trading card game, the physical card game, and Duel Links, and they were just going complete opposite directions, with Duel Links starting to, you know, get closer and closer, but at like a normal pace. And then I feel like it's just gotten really, really close to it nowadays, which is a bit unfortunate. I think we can use Tribute of the Doom for face down monsters, right? Let's discard Gamera. Yeah, okay. Whew. Would have sucked if it was not the case. He's going to add Alligator Sword. I don't know why he has Alligator Sword in his hand. Maybe he just really misses Joey, but let's go ahead and attack him. 4 game here. But, yeah, I really enjoyed the sort of meta for Duel Links, but now that it's gotten sort of monotonous and, in my opinion, similar to the TCG, where it's just like kind of like everyone's just trying to beat you in one turn kind of thing, I kind of dropped off of it. Whereas, like, right now, at least the way Vanguard plays, there's no way for you to possibly ever get OTK'd, just for the way the game is structured. And especially right now, that they're still in the early stages of releasing cards, where things are similar to Duel Links, where, you know, it's kind of bridged off from the TCG, and it's starting to come back into it. But I fear that in the future, I will probably also drop off from Vanguard once it gets a little too wacky for my taste. So we did get ourselves a couple of more BP here. We still have even more left over BP. Let's take a look at what he says. This includes spirit monsters. I don't want that shit. Includes toon monsters. This is the 7th pack in the series. Okay, well, none of that is really useful for me. Is there mayhaps a warrior collection that we can go to? Nope. Right now there is not. There's a dark. Oh, there's a soldier collection, which contains soldiers. What percentage do we have? You have 89, but we might be able to get multiple copies of cards. So let's just go ahead and buy a bunch of these. There we go. We actually do have a lot of BP sitting around. We're going to go ahead and exchange this. And we're just going to skip that because there's a lot of cards. And whoops, I actually wanted to take a look at that. But it doesn't seem like I got anything new. So that's a bit unfortunate. Alright. Take care of yourself.